That is why I'm on this end of the glass and you're on the other end of the glass.
That's fair. That's harsh.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Masculate me in front of the interns. No, that's cool.
Yeah, no. As soon as we get new interns, we're like, hey, shut up, man.
Give me a notebook.
No, I'm going to take it out on them. Coffee now.
Yeah.
Where did you have this at?
I had 2 notepads
You've
on
been
my.
hiding the notepad.
No, okay, dude. We used to have a plethora.
We
of
used
them,
to have notepads,
and now
all
no
the
idea
time.
where they all went.
I have an idea of where they might be. I'm just saying, I've saw a couple notepads get used. I'm not using my fingers, but I've seen a couple notepads get used and just, taken. And when you get taken, they get forgotten. And then we just grab another notepad.
You can literally look
That's exactly what I did
at
too.
my Amazon account and my Kroger/Walmart notepads. I pay for these.
People go in this house, that when they redecorated this house, they were like, that guy had 400 notepads.
I buy my own notepads, Steve. I used to steal them from the studio,
But didn't have
until
to.
they stopped.
But you're gonna have to buy more, so that way you can keep track of all the numbers when you're gambling. It's the best transition I had. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is bringing you an offer that will help you make the playoffs electrifying. New customers are going to bet $5 on any game. You're going to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. It's pretty solid. So a lot of good games to bet on this weekend. Obviously, you can get in there every day, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So a lot of good stuff going on. Plus, everyone gets and now this is everybody, not just new customers, gets a no sweat same game parlay for every playoff game day. That's pretty awesome. Solid. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. Use code WLCL. New customers can bet just $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Only on DraftKings with code WLCL. The crown is yours. And if you got a gambling problem, of course, call 1-800-GAMBLER, 18 or older. Physically present in Kentucky. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Opt-in required. 1 no-sweat token issued per eligible day after opt-in. No sweat bonus bet issued based on the amounts of losing qualifying bet. Eligibility, max reward limits, and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/football terms.
Holy fuck.
Start the 30-second
Jesus.
because I want.
What did I miss? Did I miss something?
No.
Oh. Were we complimenting me?
What?
Did something walk past the window?
I don't know. I was impressed with how you navigated
While we're
that.
While we're just
With us making
while
noise.
we're sitting in Steve's greatness,
Thank you.
I want to give a special thanks to one of the newest members of the team. People. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. For every home, building, business, or municipality that all rely on the movement these pumps provide. People, the moment you need a water or sewage pump, you should be thinking Kentuckiana Pump Sales. They're like our first responders or essential personnel. Over 35 years of experience, best service, fairest possible price, and it's right over in Jeffersonville, Indiana. People, go see Harold or go see Mark. They'll find out exactly, and I do mean exactly, what you need. Utility, sump, affluent, grinder, sewage, anything you need. 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, of course. Or you can give them a call, 812-725-9217, or simply visit KentuckianaPumps.com.
You gonna check out the championship game tonight? I'm at 7:30. I probably will. National championship. I mean, if you're not, that's fine. I was just curious. You're not a fan of Washington?
I'm trying to give you
okay.
a good answer to that.
Okay.
I want to know what my viewing intensity level will be like for the national championship.
Oh, mine intensity be 0. I just watch some good football. I just hope it's a good game. You know, it's 2 undefeated teams, true national championship feel. You know,
Undefeated teams, national championship feel. I'm always scared because I don't want to feel too far away.
yes, I agree.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You don't want to watch and be like, "Oh my god."
I know. Because if I watch it and it looks the part,
Yes,
I'm you know what I'm gonna say? I'm sorry. Listen, I don't mean this. All parents right now of any players, turn down your radios for about 30 seconds. Because I'm gonna say this and I don't mean it this way, but
right.
a parent won't be understanding of this. I don't want to watch the national championship game tonight and say, I'm excited about Q, Riley, and Ashton.
No, I get it. I get it.
And just see some monsters on the field,
Yeah.
you know, and just like, I can't do anything with those guys.
Well,
my guys.
Because I mean, when you spend a season ranked in the top 10 at points, and then you come back and you feel like you have just as good of a team next year, you do start watching this level and saying, okay, where am I at compared to that? You know, where am I at compared to them? If I was in playoff next year, can I compete with that? You know, I mean, that's what because if it's not them, it'll be that level of ball.
Okay, what is it? What are you going to see, Steve, out that's going to make you feel like we can be there? And what are you going to see that's going to make you say we'll never be there?
Well, for me, it's the USC hangover. It's I just don't want to watch athletes and say, man, they're just faster. They're just, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're faster, they're moving, they're just,
you know what? The violence.
Yeah.
The violent level.
Even though
at every position.
This year
we were better.
Eased my mind a little bit on that.
We were better.
We knocked some people out.
We were better, but and you know what? And I'll say we were better with the baseline of hard tackling.
Yeah.
You know, but
I think so.
But sometimes I watch these national championship games, man, and I'm just like when the cornerbacks hit harder than the linebackers, you know, and like they try to, like, you know how I make an example. I say playing for the camera, playing for the
for the film.
Yeah, play for the film.
Yeah.
Not the camera like national TV camera, the film room.
Yes.
Where guys are just so locked into their resume and what they're putting on film at every given moment that the product just looks better, you know, on the field. So yeah, so sometimes when I get to the national championship game, when I watch it live, I just get too caught up into how respectful I am for it, like, you know, to be in a national championship. Sure. It's like, dude, you're not undefeated unless it's a lot of really locked in people.
That's a fact.
But it is Michigan, and I will say this: no disrespect to Michigan, but they never look. They don't normally look the part, you know.
Right.
Like I always say, Michigan, Big Ten, you know. But when you stick them out there against,
it's like my son. We were watching Bama, Michigan, and there was a play, and Elijah was like, "There's not a black guy on the field for Michigan." I was like, "Oh, you're right." It's an offensive play.
Yeah. And
but 11 white guys on the field on offense. And then made me get into the conversation with him. I'm like, Michigan kind of does that though.
Yeah.
You know, like they
get the best of the delegation.
Yeah, and then you get the delegation receiver, and you put number 1 on them, and you put them out at receiver.
Yeah.
Because that's like a big thing in Michigan, you know, Braylon Edwards and all them, you know, like, and you're like, you throw jump balls to them.
You ground and pound until you need an athlete.
It's like, whatever.
About right.
You get a light skin running back, like they got Corum now, or Mike Hart.
Wisconsin's the same.
Yeah.
You got Andre Miller.
Yeah. And just, it's awesome.
He's enjoying himself. Yeah, I just don't want to look. I don't want to get too involved into the game, feeling like we're farther away.
Yeah, I do. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. That's always a fear, but I feel better. And again, that goes back to Braum when I know I'm not inferior on the sideline. So that's a big help because that's always the fear is, well, what if I have said players, but I'm inferior on the sideline? Well, I know I'm not with Braum.
Right. Okay, I'll do this. Can I interest you? Speaking of making that next jump of looking the part, being violent, enough to say, okay, I can't have that Florida. I can't have that Kentucky. I mean, even though I agree with you when you said the Kentucky didn't look,
like, yeah, you didn't feel like they were just like, oh my God, we don't have the talent. It was like, dude, we shot ourselves in the foot that game.
I will say this though. An SEC year still gives them an advantage of playing playing
without a doubt.
Some of the more violent teams.
Without a doubt.
So yeah,
even if they get busted, it's like they saw Georgia, they saw Bama up close,
and you had to learn how to execute against teams that are just bigger and stronger than you.
I'm 100% with you.
I give them that credit. But I will say this, Steve. When I'm watching the game tonight, I will say this I know at some point I'll say this to myself. 6'5", 310-pound lineman. You got over Colorado, USC, Virginia Tech, South Carolina. All except Virginia Tech. Those are on the top transfer market, teams, hunters out here. Offensive linemen. But here's the thing. When you start saying a product of IMG Academy, that means you were identified very early as a prospect, as a big dog prospect.
Yeah.
Visited South Carolina prior to the trip to Louisville. I always like those two. Enjoyed Houston roster in 2020. Left tackle. Yeah, like IMG guy, offensive line guy. I will not feel like our offensive line is,
Oh, no, absolutely.
Who's got Thor Griffith?
Well, that's defensive line. Yeah.
No, who's some other guy then?
On the O-line?
Yeah.
Well, we brought in the center. And then,
okay, one's the Yale guy and one's the Harvard guy.
Yeah. Harvard is Thor. Mendoza.
Yeah. Okay, that's.
But also don't forget about the Texas Tech kid. I mean, he's one of the top tackles in the portal.
That came with Shook.
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about one of the top offensive tackles in the portal you brought in as well. Plus, you have Mendoza. Plus, you grab these two guys.
Ruben, you need Jay.
Yeah, and help me with the name of my Georgia State guy.
I just had him. Rasheed Miller.
Yeah.
Yep.
Played with, Richard Owens, who's here at Louisville, was coach down there, O-line coach down there. So there's a lot of continuity there. So you bring him up. I mean, he knows the system. He knows kind of what, not the system, but he knows how Richard Owens does things,
yeah, what to expect.
From the individual standpoint. I mean, these are some really good gets on the O-line. Plus, you've got Madden Sanker. Plus, you've got Luke Burzich. Plus, you've got people that are there coming back.
Are
Michael Gonzalez.
Are they at their developmental spot?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, and when you bring in or you keep Gonzalez, you keep Austin Collins, you bring back Renato Brown. Plus, these guys, the O-line, I believe, is going to be better. It was good this year.
Where do you expect Burgess and Sanker to be at?
In the 2 deep. I think they need to be fighting their way into the 2 deep because this is really their first eligibility year with the red shirt last year.
Yep.
You need to try to fight in. Oh, yeah, and the O-lineman from Ohio State. Yeah, I appreciate that, Tester. I totally forgot. But, yeah, I mean, I think you need to try
What's his name? Black dude.
Should have had the list in front of me. I cannot remember.
We should have had the entire.
I know. Yeah, because when you're
class.
talking about the number one portal class, it's like, okay, we should just have these guys.
But
yeah, I mean, if you're Sanker and Burgess, you're fighting in.
That was also the point to today's show.
Yeah.
Just like when you're spending time at number one, you should know.
Some dudes, man.
Mhm.
I mean, there's some real dudes. I mean, because you do get some guys like Holloway in the secondary from UNC that a lot of people don't even remember because you got Thornton, and when you got Thornton, Corey Thornton kind of took the all the shine, and then it was like, yeah, but you got a couple other good depth pieces there too in the secondary. Some good stuff.
So the offensive line has been hit the best from the portal.
Yeah, man, I just think they've crushed it on the O-line. Like, I actually think the O-line is going to be better next season. And that's saying a lot because this O-line was really good. Okay, let me say, the potential is there for it to be better.
What room did Coach Brom was he just angry at when he hit the offseason? Like you know how every year you hit off season where a coach says that'll never happen again. I'm gonna be sure that'll never happen to me again. What room is it?
I'm trying to think because the tight end but I don't think he was mad at them. I just don't think
Pittsburgh game. Who was it that we lost right before the game?
Renato Brown.
Yeah. So he just went.
Texter.
He said, "I'm not going to be down the guy."
Texter wants to know how you would pronounce the kid that's visiting WVU. It's Noah something. How would you say it?
I'm not in the mood for that.
I'm not either. I'm not. That's not. I know where my line is, and that's my line right there. That's my line.
Yeah, I feel you, Texter.
Am I crazy thinking we can make a playoff next? No, I mean it's a 12-team playoff. I mean,
heck,
we would have been right outside of it this year.
Up until.
Yeah.
Would the Florida State game have knocked us out of this?
Yes. Yes. But that game would have meant, you would have literally been playing for a spot in the playoff. Louisville listen, regardless of what you think Louisville can do again at Notre Dame, at Kentucky, different things, they're going to have 8 conference games next year. They're probably going to be favored in 7 of 8. Probably at Clemson is the only game they won't be favored in. If they make the back to Charlotte, you win that game, you're in the playoff. End of story.
A 12-team playoff.
Yeah. Text says receiver room. Okay, now I'm going to say this. And it's going to sound like, I don't know how it's going to sound. I'm just going to say it. I think we're going to look back on this season, and as much grief as we gave Jack, and he deserved it, I think we're also going to realize the receiver room wasn't as good as we thought.
Say that again.
As much as we gave Jack Plummer grief, and he deserved grief, okay, I think we'll look back and we'll say, I don't think the receiving room was quite as good as we thought it was in hindsight. Like, I don't know where
I don't know.
Jamari Thrash was a stud. Where was the next stud? And you had no tight ends, really.
They didn't get consistent passes, though.
Well, yeah, but okay. Well,
I don't want. Listen.
Well, keep your eye on Huggins, Bruce, and Coleman next year and see if they go dominate.
That matters, though. When you come out of your route and you don't know if you're gonna have to go up or down or left or right or dive, and you don't have that trust on your QB.
Do you think Lacey's better than Coleman and Huggins, Bruce?
Lacey who?
Colin Lacey.
Do I think he's better than
Huggins, Bruce, or Kevin Coleman?
Not yet.
Okay, well, the answer is yes. He is. That's the answer. He is much better than those two. And that's just one spot you're upgrading. Where would...
I've seen Huggins, Bruce make some plays.
Have you? How many?
At least 7.
And what name the one he's made that hadn't been just catching a deep ball?
That's all I need from him.
Okay, well, and you rarely could get that.
Because my quarterback wasn't getting the ball.
Well, he could. That's the one thing he could do is get the ball out there deep. You can get it to him.
He threw it 5 yards short. And you have to stop, come back and get it.
Like Huggins Bruce's legacy is going to be known as every time he touched the ball, you assumed he was going to fumble it.
We couldn't even get the slant, Steve. We
Look,
couldn't
listen,
get a simple slant.
I'm not saying it was Jack's not at fault here.
Bell's a stud.
Bell, I agree with that. but I just don't think we had a
I
room
should
full of
dominate
studs.
if I have Thrash and Bell and Huggins, Bruce and Coleman, I should have got more money out of that.
Well, yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I mean, Plummer deserves the criticism. I just don't think we had this elite wide receiver room last year when you look at it. It's like, yeah, like Ja'Cory Brooks is better than most of these guys. Lacey's better than most of these guys. Like, I
saw Coleman outrun a Miami player.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Sideline, Steve.
No.
Like it wasn't nothing.
I agree. Well, when was the second time he did it?
He could have did it all the time.
He did one play. That's the play you remember right there. Like, I mean, they're good players. They're good players. I think you had good receivers. They were fine. Like, that's what I think. I mean, I'm like, you had a bunch of fine receivers.
And
I don't think that room was elite. Like, I don't think there was any elite players in that room. I mean, Thrash probably was.
Texas says receivers could not get separation. Do you agree with that?
A little bit, but I also think there's some of that goes back to Jack too. I think he had more. I think there were more open guys than Jack.
I think there were
times.
a lot of open guys out there.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, I'm kind of with that texter. Like, quarterback was the problem, but those other guys really, it's just they didn't take advantage of anything. I mean, you saw what that group looked like when Thrash wasn't there.
Oh,
I mean, like, it was like, okay, where's the guy?
but that was also like my worst quarterback game
Oh,
ever.
I agree. No, listen.
So Jack only trusted Bell and Thrash
It seemed like it.
because he would throw a dot to Thrash on that. Once a game we would run an out route.
Yeah.
To Jamari Thrash, like it was like you had that tree of plays you knew. You knew Thrash was gonna get a slant. You knew he was gonna get an out route. We need a first down on 3rd and 7. You knew he was gonna take one deep shot up the sideline, and his Thrash balls looked hotter than anybody else. He had a great lob to Bell every game. He would throw it up.
I would agree with that.
Yeah, but I guess if Antonio Meeks is a contested guy,
I just think the guys coming in, I think you're going to see a world of difference.
Okay, do you think they're sharper? Do you think they're route running sharper?
Yeah.
or naturally?
Well, I think just natural.
Athletic?
I just think natural ability. I mean, I think if you line that room up, if I said, okay, bring me the top 4 guys
Meeks
from last year,
or Jimmy Callaway.
Well, I get both of them, but I mean, Jimmy Callaway's back. I mean, so
Who's going to be better?
I think it's pretty equal. I think Meeks does things better. Yeah, I think he does things a little better than Jimmy Callaway, but I think Jimmy Callaway's
Callaway on the screen and Meeks on the jump ball.
Yeah, I mean, Callaway's just got to get vertical, just catch it and go. Man, he's a runner. Like, I like Callaway. I think if I brought in 3 top guys from next year, the 3 top guys from last year, you'd look at them and be like, oh my God. Not even seeing them, you'd be like, wow, they don't even look like the same guys. I mean, that looks like a group of NFL guys.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like a group of college football players. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But again, Plummer deserves a lot. I mean, the receivers could have been better.
Yeah.
With a better quarterback, 100%.
No, yeah.
Again, and I don't want that to sound like sour grapes. Like, I'm like, well, the receivers, and now I'm just pooping on them. But it's like, I think we thought going into the season, like, oh man, we might have an elite group here, and it was like, no, they're solid.
Yeah, and like when you said it, I was kind of going contrarian.
Mm-hmm.
Just say, oh, maybe,
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, like, and at least you'll get to see now with a different group. Just,
You feel like your receivers are better. You feel like your quarterback's better. I mean, running back room, even with Landing Penny, I'm not sure I can say I feel like it's better yet. They had a pretty good running back room last year.
Should have been better, man.
I mean, Garendo and Jordan we'll see.
We had a nicer.
Well, yeah, I'm like, we'll
and
see.
we saw how good Garindo was.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not ready to just, even though I love Penny,
You know-
it's easy to me, that would be just jumping on the shiny new toy.
and you know what really sucks too? That window of us seeing that my running back, Steve. My running back. I'm blanking on
Jordan?
Yeah, Jordan.
Okay.
The window
The
where
answer was too easy. I couldn't get it. I was like, I don't know.
the window where Jordan was hurt, but he was so good that you owed him a chance. And
I mean, the whole second half of the season, basically.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And Garindo was he had so much earned, he had earned some runs. So I'm sitting on the phone with you, and I'm like, two or three runs in, it's like, we got to go with Garindo.
Yeah.
But I understand Coach saying, I owe, if Jawar's going to get out here on a half-tore hamstring and give it up, I got to play him. And then I'm like, oh, but don't you see how good Garindo, how hard he runs when he gets his opportunities?
Yep.
So yeah, I was just on that line the entire time, just like, if I could, it was about 3 or 4 games, if I could just hold Jawar out and just put Garindo in there and just let him in. We're not bailing on Mo Turner, are we?
I'm not, but I won't be. I feel like he had opportunities to show me a little more than he did. But I like him here. He's one of those weird ones that I'm like, okay, if a Reuben Owens comes open, I'd take him.
Yep.
Which Emmitt Smith Jr. just went to Texas A&M too. So
come on, let's reset it, Reuben.
Yeah,
let's run it back. I'll tell you what, we'll take a last.
I assume he's a running back.
Who? Emmitt Smith Jr.
I don't know that to be factual. Somebody might write in and be like, he's actually
All-American tight end.
Yeah, I just know he played at Stanford, and I just assume he's a running back.
Last commercial break, 93.9 The Ville.
It's the January $5 sale at Mike's Car Wash. Through January 31st, get $5 off when you purchase a single regular price wash at any of Mike's Car Wash's 6 Louisville area locations. Open daily 7 to 9. See store for details.
Hey, Cards fans, this is Lance McGarvey. You might have heard me on the microphone at Louisville men's basketball games, but today I wanted to encourage you to check out my other favorite team, Louisville City FC. I've attended all but a few games since the very beginning, falling in love with a team and group of players that truly make our community proud. The 2024 season opens in March and runs throughout the summer with most home games on Saturday night. Tickets are on sale now, so I hope you'll join me soon at beautiful Lynn Family Stadium for some Lou City goals.
Are you looking for a career that makes a difference? Seven County Services is hiring change makers to impact the lives of our community with services that include mental health, substance use, and developmental disabilities. Our diverse team of mission-focused individuals includes a wide range of professional and support roles. Enjoy a generous compensation package, tuition reimbursement, student loan assistance, paid clinical supervision, and career development opportunities. Seven County Services. It's more than a career, it's a purpose.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. And with a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. So you can always save big every day with our savings and rewards. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Enjoy all your sports like never before at BetMGM. It's never been easier to join BetMGM's new and improved app where you can use
Goomer & Company offers a top-level jewelry buying experience with 2 master jewelers on site to custom create anything you have in mind. I went to Goomer for Ashley's engagement ring, bridal set, earrings, and custom engraved bracelet. The Goomer difference is present in every detail. There was no pressure to buy in Goomer's first-class showroom, and the good people at Goomer & Company were respectful of my budget throughout the process. Visit Goomer & Company at 225 South Hirshhorn Parkway, and you'll see the Goomer difference is why Louisvillians have trusted this family-owned and operated business since 1971.
Now that sports have officially kicked off, there's only 4 things missing from your playbook:
4 pegs. Looking for great smoked wings? 4 pegs. Looking for juicy barbecue and award-winning chili? 4 pegs. If you're just looking for some cold crab, tap, can, or bottled beer? 4 pegs. And the best part about 4 pegs is it's right around the corner at 1053 Goss Avenue in Germantown. So you better get over there fast because the word is spreading. And while you're over there, be sure to ask about their food truck and other catering services.
Louisville fans, Steve Rummage here. We all know the importance of making the right hire, especially when the stakes are high. In basketball and in real estate, the right leadership makes all the difference. Just because someone seems nice or they're a friend of the family doesn't mean they're the right person for the job. Hire someone with a proven track record of success, like you've heard me say for years. Call Josh Jarbo. Josh and the team at RE/MAX Empire are turning tough plays into big wins, ensuring your real estate experience is nothing short of a slam dunk. And in need of financing? Say no to amateur moves and go with the best. With Motto Mortgage A to Z, you're getting the MVP of treatment. No more pain, just gains. So when you're ready to make your next big play in real estate, remember, with RE/MAX Empire and Motto Mortgage A to Z, it's always a full court press towards success. They're here to assist you in scoring the perfect property and navigating the financial hoops with ease. Call Josh Jarbo, 502-216-7590, and let's achieve those real estate goals with championship precision.
Josh Jarbo, principal broker, owner of RE/MAX Empire, and co-founder of Motto Mortgage A to Z, NMLS number 2256125. Each office is independently owned and operated. Motto Mortgage A to Z is an equal house lender.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops. Includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana.
Been easier to join BetMGM's new and improved app where you can use the same account across all states. Sign up using code VSHOW and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register at BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selections, live betting options, player props, and the best daily promotions in the business. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. Football is here, so gear up with the BetMGM app and tap into the greater thrills all season long. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Must be 21 plus to wager. Kentucky only. New customer offer. All promotions are subject to qualification and eligibility requirements. Rewards issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets. Bonus bets expire in 7 days from issuance. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Hey, Cards fans, this is Lance McGarvey. You might have heard me on the microphone at Louisville men's basketball games, but today I wanted to encourage you to check out my other favorite team, Louisville City FC. I've attended all but a few games since the very beginning, falling in love with a team and group of players that truly make our community proud. The 2024 season opens in March and runs throughout the summer with most home games on Saturday night. Tickets are on sale now, so I hope you'll join me soon at beautiful Lynn Family Stadium for some Lou City goals.
Tech-savvy professionals delivering equipment, technology, and service for all your office, network, and print communication needs. Look no further.
Just Whistle for duplicator sales and service.
High-quality office equipment, print, and IT solutions at fair and transparent pricing. That is Duplicator's commitment to you. Your tech-savvy office equipment and outsourced IT.